For ladies, you need to be able to know when the guy really loves you. Love is not a feeling. Hi, this is Niyi Odunsi on the Good News Channel TV. We're on the parenting channel. I've been giving you tips about how to be a good parent. We've been talking about what it means to train up a child. We've spoken about the fact that children are naturally born with dead spirits, rebellious spirits, and so you can't leave them on their own. You have to train them to go in the right direction. Then again, we have been talking about the fact that each child born to godly parents has a divine purpose to fulfill. Straight from their father, there's a purpose, there's a plan, and you need to watch over this plan and this purpose. You need to watch over your children also to make sure that they go in the right direction so they can fulfill this plan and this purpose. Now, I've spoken about the fact that you have to be very observant. What must you be observant of? And this is where many parents miss it. You see, as children, all of us had dreams. But when children utter out these dreams, most of the time, the parents are the dream killers. Most of the time, the parents don't encourage the children because children don't know any limits. They don't know any boundaries. They just want to be anything. A child says, I want to be president. And the mother looks at that child and says, you? Don't you know the family you come from? A child says, I want to become a neurosurgeon. The child is saying, the parent is saying, maybe I don't even have enough money to send you to school. What are you talking about? Then parents begin to tell them to shelve their dreams, to scale down on their dreams. And because they're children, they don't know any better, they start believing the parents. And many times, that's the end of a dream. When your child has a dream, even if it does not make sense, never tell that child that it's not possible. Especially if you're a godly parent. You know that with God all things are possible. It doesn't matter. If the dream is so big and it doesn't look like it could ever come to pass, you're not the one that gave the child the dream. If the child doesn't know what they're talking about, don't discourage them. Let them discover by themselves whether it's possible or not. That's the first thing you have to do. Be observant. When your children utter their dreams, don't be dream killers. Okay? You need to watch that. That is very important. Then again, you have to be observant to know if your children have special skills right from an early age. Look at them and know what they like to do. Yes, it might be while they're playing. You can easily observe what turns them on. You can easily observe what catches their attention. Now, these are some of the signs. You're supposed to look at these things and observe. You don't have to say anything about it, but just observe this child that you have. Now, you remember concerning Moses. When Moses was born, there was a decree by Pharaoh, kill all the children from age 2 downwards. But the Bible says Moses' parents, the mother, did not bring Moses out to be killed because she saw that he was what the Bible calls a special child, unique. The mother had already observed that this was not an ordinary child. The mother had already observed that God had a plan and a purpose for this child. Unfortunately for other children, their parents didn't make the same observation, so they observed Pharaoh. They allowed their children to be killed because they did not see those children as special. They did not see those children as unique. It's the same thing that happens when parents today don't observe that their children have special gifts, and every child has a gift. Then they allow society, they allow the world to come in and kill the child. Not physically, but killing what you can call the spirit of that child. Not the human spirit now. What I mean by spirit is that passion in that child for whatever they love to do. They allow teachers in school to say, no, stop that. They allow uncles, they allow other siblings to kill that passion in that child. And this is wrong. You mustn't allow that. You must guard over your children, whatever passions they like, whatever they love doing, you must guard over it, encourage them so that they go the right way. What again must you be observant about as your children grow up? Be observant about the kind of friends that your children have. This is crucial. I can tell you that 75% of kids or people in jail are people who are there because they followed the wrong friends. That's from my background as a lawyer. Most people are in prison today because of wrong friendships. As a parent, it's your responsibility to make sure that your child does not make friends with the wrong people. Who are the wrong people? What crowd would you call the wrong crowd? When you see your child going out with people who are not of godly parentage, you see your children becoming very close with people who don't believe the same things you believe. It's your responsibility as a parent to put an end to that relationship. You have to put your foot down and say, no. I always say eagles don't fly with vultures. As a parent, you have to watch the company your children keep. Because guess what? 5 years from now, your children are going to be the same, but for the books they read and the company they keep. So, another thing to be observant about is what kind of books are your children reading? What sites do they visit on the internet? What occupies their time? Are they occupied with things that are productive or things that are destructive? These are the things you must get involved with. It's shocking to me that most parents, for example, who have the BlackBerry, they don't have their kids. They don't have their kids on their BlackBerry contacts. They don't know what their children are getting up to. Most parents who have internet access, they don't check up their children's Facebook accounts, Twitter accounts. They don't know what is going on in their children's world. This is very sad. It should not be the case. Make it your business to know what is going on with your parents. Just by looking at your child's the display photograph on BlackBerry, you can know a lot about what's going on. Just by going on their Facebook account, you can see a lot about what's happening to your children. Don't play dead. Don't say they're big enough, they can take care of themselves. You'll be making a very big mistake. Train up your child so that they follow on that path that God has designed for them. They fulfill God's plan and God's purpose for their life. That's how to be a good parent. But don't go away. I'll be back.